This video is sponsored by Milanote. Sorry, that was really obnoxious. I need a sip of water, 1 second. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and in today's video, we are tackling a rental kitchen. I know you guys love these videos. If you want to see more renter-friendly makeovers like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Are you guys ready? Strap in. It's gonna be a big one. Let's get started. Okay, before we get into this video, I have a really exciting special announcement. If you have heard me teasing something that I've been working on for the last 2 years, I can't believe it. I'm sitting here like I can finally announce it to you. Okay, I wrote a book. This is the one-stop shop beginner's guide to decorating. The whole reason I started this brand, started these videos, started my channel, was because I really felt like there was this gap in the world of home decor for people who rented their spaces, or people who just in general don't have a lot of budget to spend to make their space look beautiful. And a big part of that was flipping through, coffee table books and decor books and being like, I love that space, but I will never have that space. And so I really wanted to create a book that was filled with beautiful images, but that made those beautiful images and those spaces actually attainable. So when you flip through this book, you're gonna see beautiful never before seen spaces on my channel, new content that actually walk you through and guide you through how to get that look or that style or that feel in your own home. Attainable solutions, tons and tons of tips, 2 years worth of tips, and putting it into one place. And you can pre-order it right now. Also, if you pre-order it now, you can receive a video message from me that you can gift to someone for the holidays to let them know you bought them the book that they'll receive in the new year. All the info will be linked down below. This book would not exist without you watching my channel. I know there are so many of you that you comment saying you've been watching me since my magazine days at Chatelaine. This has just meant more to me than I can even express. It is time to hop on a call with the makeover recipient, Petra, to chat through what's working in her kitchen, what's not working, take a look at her inspo. Let's make the call. Congratulations on winning a makeover with us. Super excited. Your kitchen's awesome. I guess my first question is, what is working in your space and what is it?
The way that we have the space laid out right now kind of seems to be working for us because I live with a roommate and we both love to cook and we both love to have friends over. And so it's kind of a nice flow. We have like that counter in the center of the room. If one of us is at the stove, the other one can kind of like walk around to the fridge. Just the function of where the furniture is
working. I feel like that island was such a good addition to the space. But talk to me about the other side of the room with that table, because I feel like that space could maybe be utilized different.
Anytime we want to use that space, we make it work, but there's steps involved. We have 3 chairs and a bench for that area, but when we don't have people over, we'll push it against the wall to clear more space, and it just feels a bit crammed. We also have a little table that we were hoping to create into like a coffee station, and we just haven't really figured out the right way to do it. Whenever we want to make anything that requires like plugging into an outlet, so using a toaster, coffee machine, anything, we put it on our stove.
Right.
If I'm making toast, I can't really cook because I have a toaster on the element.
Is that because the plug situation is like just in that one area?
It's an old apartment, and so most of our outlets are actually 2-prong. We don't really know where to begin. And so thankfully we have you to give us some help.
I feel like what you said earlier about the table, it's like there's steps involved to using that space. And I think when there's any steps involved to using a space, it's just like so uninviting. And I think we can make that side of the room more functional, but also just like usable.
Totally. And also the island that we have in the center of our room is the only counter space that we have, because that one little area between the sink and stove is where we have our dish rack.
Yeah.
The previous tenants were kind enough to leave that IKEA island for us, but it was broken when they left it. So the part that extends out is actually just is held on with shelving brackets.
Okay.
We pretty much just have 2 cabinets that are for dishes and spices, and they're so full. So the island gives a solution of putting our little appliances like the toaster, air fryer, and all that stuff. But at the same time, it just looks a little junky and I don't really know how to make it look nice.
Let's move on to your inspo. If you could have any stylist kitchen, any color in your kitchen, what would it be?
That space needs some color.
Yes, I noticed that.
And a lot of European influence as well. The classic simple subway tile, something with dimension.
Would you be open to a patterned wallpaper on one of the walls?
We're very open.
Okay.
We are so open-minded to anything. You have full creative freedom.
That's great.
If there's anything you want to get rid of, just let us know and we'll move it.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on this call. I feel like I have so many notes, and yeah, I think I have a really clear idea of what you need, and I'm really excited to take this space on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I will see you on reveal day.
Okay, bye.
Quick recap of what I've learned. Petra and her roommate Madison rent their space. Their landlord is happy with them making changes, but we have to keep this renter friendly for the most part. Appliances and outlets, huge issue in their kitchen. They need a lot of help with storage and functionality in this kitchen. Don't we all? They both cook a lot, they entertain a lot, and they host a lot. Right now, the kitchen is kind of that space they use the most, but has had the least of their attention. And I get why. Kitchens are daunting. I also love Petra's inspo. It has kind of like a cottagey chic feel, lots of color, and I think I have a lot to work with. Now it's time to plan, and I am using Milanote. You guys ask me all the time what planning software I use. Also in the book. I use Milanote exclusively on my team. We all use it, we all have accounts, because it's a project management tool for creatives to organize those projects in a very flexible and visual way. We have developed a whole system in Milanote that takes us from the first time we scout the space, all the homeowners' measurements, before photos, inspo, to post-production when we're putting the makeover on YouTube, and then everything in between. So mood boards, notes, DIY plans, everything is just there in one place. If you're browsing online and see a product you like, you can just save it to your Milanote board. Everything is also linked to the website you pull it from, so you don't have to be like, oh, where was that product? Where was that idea? Here at Team AG, we all communicate through Milanote, ask questions to each other about the project we're working on, and again, keep things in one place and organized. They have an app that you can use on the go, and the best part is Milanote is free. You can head over to Milanote's website using the link in my description box below and sign up for a free account. Would highly recommend. It's a tool we truly can't live without. I got off my call with Petra earlier today, and I've just been coming up with some preliminary ideas. Amanda, I'm using new color.
Yay!
It's light blue.
I love new color.
For the cabinets, I found this really, really, really pretty baby blue. It's called Lake Placid by Benjamin Moore. I think it works really well with this floral wallpaper I found on Etsy. The floral wallpaper also has a bit of blue in it, so I'm thinking it'll pick up the blue, and it's just like a great fun combo. I also know we need to do backsplash. Petra said she really loves the backsplash in my kitchen, and what is kind of hilarious is the smart tiles literally just came out with that exact tile, but in peel and stick format. We can't backsplash directly onto the drywall in Petra's kitchen. It's not renter friendly. If you peel it up, it'll take off chunks. It just leaves a mess if you don't tile over either like an acrylic board, a piece of wood, or actual ceramic tile. So I need to ask Graham if he can make some sort of panel that just fits in really nicely. Kind of like what we did for Alexandra's kitchen, but something much thinner that I can just directly tile onto using this peel and stick tile and then drilling the board right into the backsplash. I also really want to do some sort of coffee bar. I want to paint it the same blue, the Lake Placid color, but also be a place to hold all their appliances. I'm gonna ask Graham if there's a way we can put like an outlet somehow in this unit so that they can plug their toaster in when they need it, so they're not plugging it in on top of the stove. I also want to bring in some sort of round table, these cute dining chairs that I found on Article, a beautiful pendant light. So yeah, this is just like my preliminary thought process. I'm going to talk to Graham about the DIYs that we're going to do in this space, and then I'm really liking the direction this is going. So I've got my plan. It's time to start ordering and prepping. There is a lot of prep work to do for this kitchen. First things first, Graham is heading to Petra's extras to get the cabinet doors. We are gonna be painting these, and he is going to pick up the hutch that I thrifted for $75. It's a beauty. I'm meeting with Graham to go over the vision of my hutch in the Team AG workshop. Another big announcement, we have a workshop where Graham works exclusively. It's just a place for us to like get messy, get creative, execute all of these big projects in-house, which is so exciting. I definitely want to paint the hutch that same blue color as the cabinets. I want to add cane to the bottom doors. I want to lose a shelf so we have more storage space for appliances. And I want to dowel the back somehow, make it kind of visually interesting that separates it from the rest of the hutch. Ooh, and I want to paint the back black. I want this to be like cottagey and European feeling and old-timey and like vintage, but also elevated and slightly modern, which is where I think the cane is gonna come in beautifully.
No, I get it, yeah.
So Graham is getting started transforming this hutch. He's sanding the whole unit down, painting it with a shellac-based primer, and then using 3 coats of this new color by Benjamin Moore, well, new to me. It's called Lake Placid, and it's this beautiful, soft blue color that is just so pretty. Make sure you're using an oil-based paint. Because this is gonna be a high-traffic piece, we don't want it to chip, and we want the paint to cure and harden, which is where the oil-based paint comes in. For the hutch doors, I wanted to add cane. So we were lucky to have solid wood frame doors. So the center of the door popped out with a few Swift wax. After soaking the cane for 30 minutes and patting it dry, Graham used a staple gun and some small trim pieces to secure the cane to the inside of the door. The trick here was to use the trim to uniformly pull the cane in each direction and secure with staples to prevent the cane from having like a wavy pattern. You want the cane to be really tight, and the trim on the back really helps with this. So for the backing board, because Graham is a thrifty queen, he knew that dowels were gonna be really expensive, which is what I had asked for. So here is a really great hack for you if you wanna create that effect on a budget. So first, Graham grabbed a scrap piece of 3/4 of an inch MDF and routed a 1/2 inch round channel every 1/8 of an inch. Routing the channels takes time and patience, but be sure to double check your measurements as you move the straight edge to ensure each channel is parallel to each other. This project requires a Cove box router bit, which makes semicircle channels. It's a really common router bit you get in router bit kits. After all the channels are created, Graham is using a round dowel wrapped in sandpaper, and he's smoothing out the channels. Next, Graham is priming and painting the backing and attaching it to the cabinet with construction adhesive and staples. While Graham works on the hutch, Amanda and I are taking a field trip to HomeSense to get some styling essentials for this makeover. Same color as the hutch and the cabinet. You guys know HomeSense is my one-stop shop for styling and furniture for makeovers. We use their products so much, and I never leave empty-handed. Sometimes I like to use vases as utensil holders, like this. And then I'm thinking maybe this for a vase on the island. Hi guys, so it is the next day. I'm heading down to the Team AG workshop to start tiling Petra's Backsplash. So let's head down to the workshop together. Ooh, hi. It's so nice and clean in here. This is the Team AG workshop. Okay, so this is the board. As you guys can see, it's really thin, so it's gonna sit nice and flush on Petra's Backsplash. These are the tiles. They have like printed texture on them. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool. Looks like glass.
And I think we should do them vertically, don't you?
Yeah.
Rather than horizontally.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're gonna do is draw out the cuts we need to make. We're gonna create the shape that is going to seamlessly fit into the backsplash area.
We're like making a puzzle piece that fit in that.
Exactly.
The cabinets here. Oh, that's not to scale at all. And then you got the stove here. We got one big rectangle here.
Yeah.
That I have to cut out. And then another one like this.
And I think we should cut it out so it's all one piece.
Yes, but we're gonna continue this one
Yeah.
behind the stove.
And I think we should go behind the fridge.
So we'll go like this.
Great. Even if you're not doing a panel like this, even if you're just putting peel and stick tile over existing tile, it looks cleaner, I find, and like more like real tile when you put it behind appliances. It looks like it continues on behind the appliances. Lux, can you hold the end?
Me?
Yeah, that's great. The first thing we're doing is measuring and tracing our lines on the hardboard. I'm using a circular saw to cut out the board. So this is the piece that I'm going to be tiling with the peel and stick backsplash. This is just going to protect the drywall that's there, and this whole panel is going to pop off when Petra leaves. Next, I'm sticking on the smart tiles. I love all the tones in these, which makes them look irregular. I'm using a veneer roller to make sure they are smooth and stuck to the hardboard. And I'm lining up the text side of the tile with the non-text side. These are really easy to use. You just follow the guides they have for you. And wow, these really look like real tiles. Hardboard isn't waterproof on its own, but these smart tiles are. We're also gonna go in with silicone on the day to seal it all in and make it so that it can live behind a sink. Okay, so we flipped the panel over, and this is all the tile we need to trim. Woo! That looks like real tile to me. High five. Today we are painting Petra's cabinets. So we are painting them the same color as the hutch. They are primed already. We are going to spray them, but it is very windy outside of our workshop, and we don't want to spray them in here because paint's just gonna go everywhere, and so we're gonna roll them. If you're doing this at home, you wanna make sure you have a good amount of time. This is gonna take, you know, a while to get right, and you wanna make sure you have space. I have tried to paint cabinets inside with not a lot of space. It's always a disaster, and you want to go find a garage or like somewhere where there's just enough table space to be able to do it properly, or else you're going to get angry and frustrated.
Wow, the paint in the background? We look like we have a paint store.
Also, if you missed it, Team AG has a workshop, which is so cool.
You've announced that 3 times in this video alone.
In this video alone. Got it. Never mind. Continue on. To paint these doors, Graham first sanded them down and degreased them. And then I am going in with that Lake Placid color and a small roller and painting all of the fronts. Where you dry these is really important and keeps the process like kinda mess free. So we're just using these 2 little cup hooks in the top. You won't see the holes because they are facing upwards, which is a fun trick. And then using a hanger, we're hanging them on like a coat rack basically. Means you're not gonna get any scuffs, you're gonna minimize the like dust that's flying on them, and it just makes the whole process a lot more seamless. Okay, after all that prep, it's finally time to get this makeover started. Hey guys, it is day 1 of the makeover. I'm laughing because one of the first things Petra said to me on the call was that this light needs to go, and it really does. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the light is like so white, like almost blue, and it's just not the vibe.
It's not the vibe. Stop!
The island, all the cabinets here, pot rack, this awful light, like this is just so bad. This is where that dining table was. Their little coffee area here, all their prints on the wall. Really great base for us to work with. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is just like take everything out of the kitchen, take everything down off the walls, and just kind of start with a blank slate. And then we're gonna start unboxing all the things we've bought for this makeover. Ready, guys? You're so quiet. Okay, let's do it. We're going to put all of their stuff on the walls safely in a box because we are starting with a blank slate, and that way Petra, when she gets back and we reveal it to her, she can hang her art or like put her stuff back as she wishes.
She doesn't even know how to use a drill. Says who?
How many times before this light gets changed will I say, this light has got to go? This light has got to go. I am first going to paint the frame of these cupboards the same color we painted the cabinet fronts, that beautiful blue color. So I'm gonna do that first. We're gonna prime, then paint, and then we're gonna paint the whole room white. You guys are gonna have to wait to see the cabinet doors on tomorrow, but it'll be a good reveal. There's paint in my hair. Look at that. We're gonna paint this whole kitchen white. It really needs it. I'm so glad we're doing this. I was not at first, but it's gonna just make this space feel so much brighter. Got my painting pole here. And we're using Simply White by Benjamin Moore. Kelsey, please. We did 2 coats of Simply White to freshen up these walls. It was all hands on deck. The walls were not white. They were like a renter's beige. You guys know how I feel about that color. And the white is just already making it look so bright and fresh in here. So glad we took the extra hour to do that because it really makes a difference in here. It's so much brighter. The next thing we're gonna do is set up the hutch. Really excited to see this come to life. We just wanna build it and have it all ready to go for reveal day. Ooh, look at that color. All of those appliances that I showed you earlier on today, those are all gonna go under here. And then up top, we're gonna do a really, really cool built-in plug situation. And we're also gonna make it into a little coffee station too, to replace the little stand that was over here. Ooh, that is sleek. Look at that door. Open, and close it. These knobs and pulls were very inexpensive, also from Amazon. They're so budget friendly, but are so impactful. Gorge. We're trying to figure out a solution for this middle piece. It came without hinges. It came built into the cabinet. The design of it, I don't think allows for hinges. We're gonna try and find a solution and report back to you tomorrow. This island has brackets underneath that Petra and her roommate added. I definitely wanted to keep the extension piece so they have more surface space, but I found these on Amazon. They basically make any piece of furniture Murphy style. And I just want to give them the option of being able to fold this down to give them more room in the dining space when it's not in use. Ready to see how this works? Yeah. Look at how much space they have when this is down. And they just pop it up when they want to eat. To wrap up the day, we are finally wallpapering. We were supposed to do this like way earlier in the day. We have painted all the walls white except this one because we're wallpapering over it with peel and stick wallpaper, and we're gonna hang that up now.
Has anyone gone to the bathroom today?
No, it's not one.
I have not. Probably won't.
Graham's going to like a dark place. It's like 4 p.m. and we've just started wallpapering. So first we're using our laser level trick for lining up the wallpaper. We always do this because you don't want to line up your wallpaper to the side and the top of the wall. Those are never straight. So we want to make sure we're lining it up to a straight line so the wallpaper panels are hung straight and evenly. Okay, but can you hold it up straight so it doesn't crease?
Yes.
Oh, no! Okay, stay here, don't move. This is perfect, actually. You just think Look at this.
What? I'm holding it up.
No, I said don't move.
I know my arms are getting tired.
Graham! Oh, God.
What? It's stuck together.
Graham, you dropped it and I said don't move. No!
Oh, did it stick to itself?
Yeah. Or your arms?
Yeah.
You can come out. There's a lot of overhang at the top of this wallpaper. That's what the instructions said, and it allows us to make sure we can line up the pattern on the paper. Okay, there.
Yeah.
There.
Boom.
This paper is vinyl, so it's much more forgiving. You guys know I've worked with about every kind of wallpaper. This one was really, really good quality. With vinyl though, you wanna make sure you're gently placing each panel. You don't wanna stretch it too much because that'll cause it to permanently stretch and it won't look right. So we're pulling the backing off, smoothing the paper down on the wall, and repeating this across the whole wall for 5 panels. So stunning. I love it. These are one of my most favorite wallpapers we've used, actually. I'm also ready to go home. Can I go home soon? We're using a utility knife to cut the excess at the baseboards and the ceiling. Oh, so satisfying. Wow. Wow. This wallpaper goes so well with this hutch color. This looks like a little doll's house, but like IRL. Graham is finishing off the day by cutting a hole in the hutch. This is where we are going to add an electrical outlet so this hutch can actually be used for appliances. That is it for us today. I will see you guys tomorrow on reveal day. Hey guys, it is reveal day. We have so much to do. It's like 8 in the morning. The first thing we're gonna do is change this overhead light. Remember how many times yesterday I said that this light needs to be changed? This light has got to go. It's just so bad. Just not the vibe. And I am so excited about this light. It's from Mitzi, and I knew as soon as I saw it that this needed to be in this kitchen. Probably the most flattering shot of me ever.
You look pretty pro, actually.
Really? Okay. I was so excited about the size of this kitchen because it meant that I could add a really big light like this. Statement light, if you will. So pretty. Like so much better than that blue light. Gorgeous. So Backsplash is next. This is the tile board that we made at the workshop. We're gonna see if it fits. Yes, yes. Oh, so good. So to make sure that this grabs the wall, you'll notice that I'm angling the way I hold the nail gun, and I'm gonna be putting 2 nails into the same like area. Angling it is gonna make sure that it's in there nice and tight. I say this every time I put up peel and stick tile, but you wanna use silicone around the edges, especially in a bathroom or a kitchen. Not only is that gonna seal it in and make sure that water doesn't get underneath this board, it's also just gonna make it look even more like real tile and clean up all those edges. This tile looks so good. Such a good little hack and really easy to do. The time has come, we're gonna put the cabinet doors on. These are the same knobs that are on the hutch, and I'm gonna add them to every cabinet. So good. I actually don't even remember what this kitchen looked like before, to be honest, because this looks incredible. Now we're moving on to the other side of the room to finish this hutch. Because this is the appliance station and because Petra needed a separate spot to like plug in the toaster, I knew that we had to have some sort of outlet situation here. This is an inlaid desk plug, which is so cool. I found this on Amazon. USB for your phone, plugs for the toaster and the kettle, and whatever other appliance they want to plug in here. They have surface space. This is so freaking cool. Not only did we build them a coffee station, we doubled their counter space. If any of you do this in your kitchen, please DM me. I want to see it. I feel like this is such a functional and also beautiful DIY. Remember how I needed to solve for this middle cabinet door right here? It wasn't designed to have hinges. We tried, they don't fit on the side. These won't close properly if we add hinges. So, use magnets. They can open these fully. And then I figure they can put stuff that they don't commonly use in the middle, or they can take this off when they're trying to grab stuff under here. But I wanted it to be as functional as possible, and I feel like the magnets really work well. We hung not 1, but 2 pot racks for storage. It looks like they could use more pot storage, so we're hanging that here. So remember that mirror that was up here? I'm rehanging it. It was so beautiful, too beautiful not to include. Matches back to all the gold accents we have going on. I love it. The next piece I'm gonna bring in is gonna blow your mind. I knew that I wanted a table in here, but I also wanted to keep the island and I also wanted the hutch. So I knew that this table had to be small. This is from Beau Concept. It's the greatest table for a small space because watch. It's meant to sit up against the wall, just like this. Or if you're having a dinner party and wanna have more people around it, you just slide it out and you click the leg into place. What a great use of a small space. These beautiful dining chairs are from Article. So are these matching stools. I'm hanging this cute Italian pasta print. This just like needed to be in this kitchen. It's so cute. And now it is time for the finishing touches. Placing this art piece that works perfectly with the vibe above the hutch, and this fruit bowl print leaning on the counter to cover up the outlet that does not work. We're adding pots to the pot rails. Bringing in this stool and using it to put these beautiful baskets on top of the cabinets for even more storage. Adding her toaster to the hutch. Bringing in the espresso machine she had. Placing mugs and plates I picked up from HomeSense. Adding a cute cutting board for her morning toast. These coffee accessories from DeMello, my favorite coffee that I drink every morning. And this beautiful pour-over kettle, a table lamp. Now I'm moving over to the counter, adding a jar with utensils and olive oil, a pot to the stove, a bowl for a scrubber, my 10 & Co. collab sponges. These are machine washable, sustainable, they do not smell, and they look so cute. A tea towel draped over the sink, an apron hanging on the pot rack, this cute jute scalloped runner. I need one of these. Styling the table with bowls and a wine bottle with flowers, a fruit bowl on the island, and of course, I'm lighting a candle. And lastly, adding their appliances to the bottom of the hutch. It is time to bring Petra and her roommate Maddie in. I'm feeling nervous. This was such a huge transformation. I can't wait to see what they think. Are you guys ready? Okay, before you open your eyes, can you both walk me through what the kitchen looked like before, if you can remember?
White old cabinets with kind of a broken island and then a mishmash of like pieces that her and I have owned, like not cohesive at all, and the light was really bad.
The light really needed to go.
Yes.
Like really needed to go.
So bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
well we replaced the light and a lot of other things. Are you ready? On the count of three, I want you to both open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? What? I love this so much. I can't get over this hug. I love this.
This chandelier is like life-changing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Okay, it's sturdy. This is not broken anymore.
You can fold this down for even more space.
That's amazing.
The backsplash.
Oh my god. I am so obsessed with this.
I'm
so
so
in love.
glad.
This is exactly like what I would see on Pinterest. And like, I want that.
Yay.
so much.
You're welcome.
I can't believe this is our
You need to
kitchen.
have a dinner party.
Oh no, we are. We have one planned for next week.
That's
literally.
amazing.
Yeah.
Don't forget to pre-order my book, Own Your Space. Link is in the description box below. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Do you want a coffee?
No, DC will do it. It's a fresh one.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, look at that door.